this is Victor bringing here a new review, and now we are going to review the first warband that is released out of the starter kit in Harrow Deep. So this Hammer Underworld's Harrow Deep, the Blackpowder's Buccaneers. So this is a warband that you can see. You have an ogre, and then he has his minions, two nobblers, a monkey and a parrot. So let's make a look first to the miniatures. We are going to make a look to the cards, what is inside, and and then I will give as well my review. So of course with this is coming these instructions to assemble them, and these guys are coming with a very dark gray color. So let me zoom in to see if we can see some details and you can appreciate better what it's looking like. Okay, so this is the leader of the unit. This is the Blackpowder Buccaneer. Very nicely detailed. I think it's a very nice miniature. You can see he has this chest. So you have to be careful when assembling. Here I have a small gap. I will need to work a little bit here. I was using glue. It's tricky to assemble this one. Okay, so this is quite tricky. So have not been for me the easiest ones to assemble, and this one, to be fair, is quite tricky how you place everything. And you can see I still have some gaps that I will need to work. I think the last piece was not matching correctly, so I will need to still do some work here to match some of these pieces. So this is one of the pieces. Then we have the monkey, quite a small miniature. Okay, again a big line here in the middle of the head. I will need to put a little bit of green stuff because you can see in some places that are matching very nicely, in other places not that much. So a little bit of green stuff to do some small, maybe with the paint job will be less visible. This is one of the nobblers, sorry. Be careful on the assembly of this guy. It's very easy it's quite hard to put it here on the hole, so at the end I glue it. The parrot is the one that is the most delicate. You can see I have some stress lines there on the legs, so be very careful when you assemble this one. It's very easy to damage the legs of the parrot. Overall it's a nice miniature, but be careful. So not difficult to assemble, it's just tricky because you have to be very careful how you apply the pressure when assembling. And the point is, you need to do some pressure to put this parrot in, because there are three pieces. You have the base, you have this type of arc, and then you have the legs that go inside of this thing. And no, the legs, sorry. The legs are glued, so the wings are another part. Okay, when you are pushing to put the wings in, it's very easy to bend over these legs, so be careful how you do that, and take your passion test and let's go. So don't to damage. And as well, this guy is quite nice. Maybe my favorite guy of the Buccaneers. So these are the Buccaneers. I would say the most tricky to assemble is this guy here. Okay, so take your time to put the places, clean it well, and try to remove the gaps. So yeah, I try to remove them. I will need to relook the last piece I put just for that. And now they make a look to the cars. And the first thing I like from the cars is that we had this thing here. So this is new, was not before. Is the list of the cars that goes in this deck. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit so you can see this easier, better. Okay. So this is the list of the cards that goes in this deck. I'm missing what we used to have in the past, that was the picture, the poster picture. So now we are going to have this card. They have changed here direction. As well, we have of course the new bags. Okay, so if you are mixing different seasons, you will need to have opaque sleeves for the cards. And the cards and the character cards are 5. So we have the Gorlock Blackpowder, and he's a brawler and he's a leader. And then we have here inspired. When he got inspired, he's winning movement and is winning more precision with his the going Borg, the pistol. Okay, he has a pistol, so he's winning more precision with that. He has a new type of counter called swag counter. So these swag counter are like the bullets you can use to shoot. So you need swag counter to be able to use this weapon that have ammo. So if you don't have swag, you don't shoot. Okay, so you start the game with one swag counter, and then there is ways to get swag counter during the game. And you get inspired if you discard your second or subsequent swag. Okay, so mainly if you shoot 2 times with the pistol. Okay, then we have 2 nobblers. Okay, and all the minions, nobblers, these are the nobblers are minions, and the parrot and the monkey are companions. Okay, so just be careful. And this guy can fly. Okay, this is a flying guy, so it's represented that he has the hook, okay, and the rope, and he can use this to balance away and maybe like flying, right? All these guys will inspire it if they do the light fingered reaction, and the light fingered reaction is after this fighter's successful attack action, that target adjacent fighter pick 1 target of weights and break this card. When you break that card, gain a swag point. So here you see all these guys inspired when they create swag points for your opponent, but representing that they are pondering. They are pondering the enemy, they are losing. So these are guys that goes to they are fighting for money, they are fighting for treasure, so they go there to steal the treasure, to loot what they find on the battlefield. Okay, all these guys inspired the same way, and then they have different rules. These guys are just having these rules. Okay, and what I like, so and then they are quite weak, right? So it's almost the same profile. The only thing is these have range 3 because have the rope, and again when they got inspired they have 1 more dodge and they win a little bit more precision on the attack. Okay, they are more precise on the attack. They change from 2 swords to 3 swords, and they move again. They improve the movement from 3 to 4. So these guys, when they are inspired, are quite improving quite a lot. And then we have the parrot and the monkey. Okay, quite similar profile as well. The only difference between the parrot and the monkey is the parrot is flying, is more mobile than the monkey, and when they got inspired, they are almost the same. Okay, just both have grievous, and one is grievous and the stagger, and the other one is grievous and the snare. Okay, and both have a similar reaction. Okay, so this is very interesting. The parrot have to go next to the Blackpowder, and is a supporting fighter if he's just by being within 2 X's of the Blackpowder. So this is quite interesting. And yeah, and both of them have a reaction that if after a friendly Blackpowder makes a move, and here is this goes with the minions and this goes with the Blackpowder. Okay, so this is the Blackpowder, the leader, is making a move, he will be pushed 2 X's. Okay, he will be pushed, 3 X's within 2, have to finish within 2 of the boss. Okay, so he's just following the boss automatically if you want, and this is following the minions. Okay, and the minions are the two nobblers. Okay, so he has the rule to follow the minions. So you can move all of them quite easily if you if you prepare for that. What is this deck about? Let's make a look to the objectives. So this guy have different, I will not go through all the objectives, they have a combination of objective control, okay, and enemy killing. Okay, so for example, score if your leader is on a feature token in enemy territory, right? Objective control in enemy territory. Score this in the phase if 3 or more friendly fighters are on a feature token that are not in your territory. So again, you have to go, it's an aggressive control deck, so you want to go to your opponent's territory and start controlling the feature tokens there. Score this in the phase if your leader is within 2 X's of 2 or more enemy fighters. Again, this is a fighting one, so you will see that it's a hybrid. Score immediately after your leader a second of subsequent gun burst attack action. So if you manage to attack, so you will need swag to be able to do that. Score this immediately after a friendly fighter range 1 or 2 that took a target out of action if that friendly fighter had 1 or more supporting fighters. Okay, so again, 1 fighter. Score this in the phase if you have 3 or more swag counters. I don't think this is I think the hardest one to have so many swag counters. It's mainly for the last turn. Okay, so score this immediately after a power step. 2 or more friendly fighters are on a feature token, again controlling objectives, and one or more of those fighters are in enemy territory. So you want to control at least one objective in enemy territory, and you have to control 2 in total. So this can be combined very well for the first one. So you can see it's a combination of combat, and you have a combination of combat and control in enemy territory. So it's an aggressive control deck. What it means, it's very on the idea of this warband, right? They go there to loot on the other warband, so they are looters. They are pirates, okay? They want to steal from the opponent. And then we have cards that will support, the power cards that will support this type of activities. Okay, we have, for example, play this after a charge action, your leader makes a move so play this after an enemy charge action, your leader can make a move. After that move action, your leader must be adjacent to that enemy fighter. So if one guy is charging one of your minions, you can move your leader to support, but then you will have play this after adjacent fighters failed attack action that target your leader, gain 1 swag counter. This is quite interesting. So you will have choose a friendly companion. The choose fighter makes 1 attack action to the fight with the fighter card. So again, it's quite interesting. Choose 2 friendly fighters other than your leader. Push the chosen up to 2 axes. Well, you see, you push them to a feature token. So again, you will have card to push them to feature tokens. It's like a hybrid. You will have a lot for combat and for the minions, to move the minions, to support them. I just giving a top view picture of what you have in this deck. In the next activation, your leader Granderbass, attack has. So here is to be able to shoot without swag, but then you only do 1 damage, right? Because you have -1 to damage, and this just give 1 damage to the attacker if they kill one of your minions. This one is a reckless raid, +1 dice to friendly fighters range 1, -1 from friendly fighters to a minimum of 1, and this is persist until the end of the round. So you give +1 attack, -1 defense. So again, this one is quite interesting. So you heal 2, but you have to kill. So choose a friendly fighter adjacent to your leader. The chosen fighter is taken out of action. Heal 2 to the leader. So you for example, if you have the parrot next to it, you just eat the parrot, and you have healing 2 points. Okay, well, there are several cards, and then we have here the upgrades. Okay, so after this fighter activation, push this fighter up to 2 axes towards the nearest feature token. This combines very well with another one that is there's another one to teleport a guy. I think it was a card here to teleport a guy from edge to edge. I don't remember. It was somewhere here. So this is combining. There is a way to teleport one of your guys from one edge to another edge, and then you can use this to go on top of the future. So it's quite interesting. So legendary looter, choose a friendly fighter, and discard 1 swag content. When you do so, give the chosen fighter 1 upgrade without spending glory points. Okay, but I think you want to keep the swag counters. You can see again a map, a liberated map. This is the one. You go from edge X and move. Yeah. If this fighter is on an edge X and has no move tokens, place this fighter in an empty edge X and give this fighter 1 move token. But then you can push with the other one, or you can push with other cards that you have to push them towards the treasure. So again, a way to move. It's all about. I would say it's a combination of killing and controlling enemy objectives, and you have quite several cards here to do that. Okay, so it's quite interesting. I think it's quite an interesting concept. I like this hybrid type of warband. And then we have, of course, we have here the additional cards that comes with this deck. Okay, we have. If I'm not wrong, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11. Let me count. So it goes from. Yeah, these are in order. Yeah, 338, 230. No, they are not in order. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 normal and 4 specific. Okay, so we have 7 that are generic, okay, for any warband in the game, and then we have in each type we have 1 for order, 1 for chaos, 1 for death, and 1 for destruction. We have the same for the upgrades, and then we have again 1 for order, 1 for chaos, 1 for death, and 1 for, and then we have the same here. And we have, I have the feeling there is a lot of going on illusions now. There is a lot going on about having the assassin type of keyword. So there are quite some interesting cards. Let me show. Yeah, I don't remember by heart all the interesting ones, but yeah, this was quite interesting to me. So roles of support or double support are successes in attack rolls if the target is in cover X. This effect persists until another waypoint is played. Okay, so these waypoints are quite interesting. They change completely they change the completely rules on the map, right? So after enemy fighters move action, if that fighter has 1 or more illusion upgrades, give that fighter 1 charge token. Otherwise, stagger that fighter. So this is to put on enemy fighter, so it's a trap. Healing is quite, you just heal 1 wound, okay? So there are some cards of healing. It's becoming more and more difficult to heal. I mean, or you heal very little. There is not anything like the healing potion that we used to have in the past. Yeah, choose a 1 friendly fighter. This is very strange. So you scatter 1 of your fighters and 1 of the enemy fighters. It represents that they are chasing each other on the battlefield. 1 friendly fighter in the chosen fighter has so 1 friendly fighter. Choose 1 friendly fighter. The chosen friendly fighter has the following: +1 move. Okay, interesting. +1 wounds if have wounds 2 or less. And +1 damage if it's a minion, and this persists until the next power step. So it's only for 1 power step. So you make your super minion, but it's only for 1 power step. So meaning that yeah, you do it, and then the next it's going to be quite a short use. Push up to 2 fighters up to 2 X's. After each push, that fighter must be in no one's territory. Okay, this is quite a curious one. And then we have this one for a 1 for chaos. So this one is quite interesting. So if you kill an opponent, then you can give heal 2 or a guard token, or you can give both if it's corn. This is to recover cards from the discard pile. So shuffle your power and discard pile face down, then draw the top card, so you recover 1 from you. And this is play this after a beast range 1 attack action. If target is adjacent, deal 1 damage and then push. Okay, so and you don't have to be successful with attack, so you can play this even if you fail the attack. So you just do 1 damage and push. Have to be a beast. Okay, you need a deck with a beast. You cannot give this card to a leader. Then it's an assassin. Then we have a couple of cards that convert your guys into assassin. This is quite a curious one. So if someone moves next to you, you can use discard this card and move away into your deployment zone, into your to your half of into one of the starting axes. This to have to able to do a spell with 1 non. This is a spell action. So if it casts, deal 1 damage to 1 enemy fighter. This fighter is level 1 wizard while attempting to cast this spell. So it's just a spell that is captured inside of a weapon, and you can do 1. It's not that interesting. You cannot give this card to a leader. Again, it's an assassin and always have cover. We have a curse key. Okay, if the fighter is in a cover X at the end of the 3rd action phase, again 1 glory point. So we start having the concept of the keys depending where you finish and how it's fun. This is to convert one of your fighters into a hunter, and then have Gravius Gravius keyword. So we have, and then we have here some weapons and again yeah, and this one was quite interesting. I think was quite strong. So it's a 2x with 2 shots, 2 damage. During attack action, after the deal damage step, heal 1 to this fighter, and heal 1 one friendly fighter within 3 axes if this fighter instead is within 3 inches of the attacker. Okay, that will be out of action. We have this to destroy feature tokens, and then we have more objectives. And I think there is not a big objective that is popping up to my mind. So score this end of the phase if 2 or more friendly fighters are on edge axes that are not in your territory. So no one's territory is also working. If it's a hunter, only with 1 is okay. Okay. Score this end. So this is quite easy if you have hunters. Okay. It's forcing you to go to the edges. Score this end of the phase if each surviving fighter is in friendly territory and there are more surviving friendly fighters than surviving enemy fighters. So then we will have different objectives. So there are some interesting here, and again you have the one objective for it, specific for each faction. So this is the content of this deck. And this is what you get now on this deck. So again, they have changed the back of the cards. For me this is a little bit of annoying, because I need now to, when you try to mix different seasons, you have to look for sleeves. The universal cards are some that are quite interesting. I don't like to go in all detail in all the cards because the video will be very long. And that's all what I want to share here. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give a like if you have liked it. Share if you think other people can be interested, and remember, this is the Blackpowder Buccaneers. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.